What led you to want to switch your point of sale?
So I have mentioned before, we started with Toast. It's a very good system, does a lot of things well, but we found it didn't have the flexibility to do everything we wanted. We ran with it for well over a year and did great business with it, but there were limitations that because of the integration, because of some other things, it limited our ability to really deliver the customer experience at the level we wanted. For example, something as simple as the check-in process, because of the way we work with self-pour, it was a two-part requiring two terminals, fraught with errors because you had to pull a name up and do some things. Same thing with the checkout. We had issues of people getting the wrong card, the wrong tab, things like that. When I saw the opportunity to go to a system that there's no chance of any mistakes, it's a one-part system, same terminal in seconds. I thought that was really a bonus. Cost is a factor. I'm sure all of you are certainly concerned about your POS cost. You've got the initial hardware cost, which is painful with other systems. I'm paying a monthly maintenance. I was paying a monthly maintenance fee, and then of course the merchant fees. All of those are much lower. In fact, I've got some screens behind me. These are I switched to GoTab and Samsung terminals, not proprietary devices that don't do anything else. These are Samsung terminals, and so that was nice, giving me the flexibility that use devices for multiple things.
And so much cheaper. Much cheaper,
much easier. And then there are even capabilities I didn't know existed that once I saw those, I was like, all right, but it's worth jumping on that. For example, we have a large space, different areas, different zones. We have different rooms. We have events in different spaces. The ability to run different menus in different spaces with different schedules is really nice, and having all that set up in advance. We couldn't really do that effectively before. There was a lot of going into the back end and making changes at last minute, and having to give staff manager access to go do things that I would rather not. As an operator, real-time visibility of the business is critical, and I just wasn't getting the level of detail and the speed of access to real-time data. And again, when I saw that GoTab had the ability to literally, I can pull up on my phone right now, not just sales data that's a little bit old, updated 30 minutes ago. I can literally see the point of sale. I can see current checks. I can get real-time data, things like that. And I saw that and said, okay, that's worth switching. And then support. I never felt that I was getting the support that made me feel comfortable. I always felt if I was always on the edge. If something goes wrong on a busy show, when we've got a show night when there's hundreds of people in here and there's 20 people pouring beers, if something goes wrong, there's no way I would get to support and get it solved till the end of the weekend. So so I felt it was time to make a switch.
Okay, rather deep with GoTab. My next question to you, Chris, is if you can share any big results with us in terms of sales numbers, ticket average, any sort of numbers that we like to hear.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of hard numbers yet. We've recently switched, but one thing I have done, I've calculated out the check-in time, and that is about 4 times faster, which for us is very significant. So again, 200 people coming into the place in a short period of time, checking them in 4 times faster leads to a better guest experience. It gets them in the door, gets them drinking faster, and the checkout's faster. So that means, when they're ready to go, they're out the door, they're off to across the street to the music venue, where they may go. The result is they have more time to drink, which results in more beer.